The scarf isn't gonna last very long today, guys. It's just, I don't want it on. It's bothering me. Welcome back. It is Tuesday. I realized that I start every vlog pretty much the same exact way. I am about to start a 4-day trip, which is going to be very long. They're just long. There's a huge difference between a 3-day and a 4-day. It's just that one extra day just, I don't know. And it could be worse. The days aren't terribly long. They're all like 6, 7, and 8 hours, which an 8-hour day going up and down in an airplane is actually so much longer than a regular 8-hour day. I'm trying to not be negative about it because then obviously it won't be that great. Today is Dallas and back, and then Orlando. Tomorrow is Orlando to DC, and then DC to Kansas City, and then Thursday, Kansas City, Charlotte, Jacksonville, Florida, back to Charlotte, Syracuse, and then Friday will just be Syracuse to Charlotte. Gonna need a lot of coffee. The frustrating thing about it is that it wasn't even, yeah, this is coming off. It's not what I wanted. It got like assigned to me from Future, so I knew that I had it yesterday, but it's just stupid. Like when Daily calls and gives us something, like when we're on call, we get clicks for it, which puts us further down the list of being called, you know, when we get done with that trip. But yeah, if we get assigned a trip from Future, then we don't get the clicks. So because I'm good for 6 days, I'll get in Friday, I'll have the rest of Friday off, but then Saturday I'll end up going right back out. It's gonna be a long week. So I didn't vlog yesterday because, well, when I got to the hotel, because I worked out and I passed out. Actually, I passed out right after working out and forgot to shower, and then I woke up and showered and the water wouldn't get warm. Anyway, now I'm in Kansas City. I've just been watching YouTube videos. I was gonna go lay by the pool, but then I got lazy and I laid there all afternoon. The hotel that we're in has free barbecue and beers from 5, which is 5:06, to 6:30. So that is where I'm going to be for the next hour and 24 minutes. And I'm going to slam some coffee and work out and do the same thing that I did last night and pass out. And tomorrow's going to be a very long day. Oh, also, I should probably mention, what did I do today? It was Orlando to Washington, D.C., which was easy. It's just like an 1.5-hour flight. No big deal. And then D.C. to Kansas City, which is where I'm at now. And that was a 2.5-hour flight, so I had to serve meals because I'm the lead flight attendant. I'm in first class. But I only had 2 people. So I really just kind of sat there the whole time and just waited for their food to be done, and then waited for them to get done eating their food, and then that was it. I'm in Syracuse now. The beer and barbecue last night, I mean, it was free, so it wasn't good. Today was a very, very, very long day. We had a medical emergency during boarding for one of our flights, which we had 4 flights. It was, where did I even start this morning? Kansas City to Charlotte, Jacksonville, Florida, back to Charlotte. It was the boarding from Jacksonville to Charlotte that we had a lady collapse during it. Her knee popped. Got to Charlotte, and then Charlotte, Syracuse, and now I'm here, and I'm exhausted. So I'm just here with my sweet potato fries and YouTube and some Netflix, and I'll probably be passed out in about an hour, because that's just how it goes sometimes. Yesterday morning, landed back in Charlotte. It was just one leg home from Syracuse. Today's Saturday now, and I'm still exhausted from the 4-day trip, but scheduling gave me a trip, so I am headed to, I think I lay over in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm doing a Miami turn first, and then we head up to Rhode Island tomorrow, Providence to Charlotte, and then do another turn somewhere, I'm not sure where. I think we get in at 8, like 8 or 9 tonight, so I'm gonna be dead tired. And then tomorrow, it's kind of the same thing. It's an afternoon departure, and I don't get home until tomorrow night. And then I'm off on Monday, and I'm off Tuesday as of now, but I tried to move it to later in June. We'll see whether I'm going to be on call or whether I will have both Monday and Tuesday off. I just got to Providence. I don't remember the last time I was this tired. I am back in Charlotte a little early. And oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Today was even just stupid. It should have, for what happened, it should have been an easy day, but for how exhausted I am, nope. Well, I got to the airport this morning and realized that I was actually getting deadheaded from Providence to Charlotte, which a deadhead is when the company is just transporting the crew or a crew member, but they're not actually working the flight. This could be they're just getting you to a different airport so that you can work a flight, or it could be the end of your trip and they're just getting you back home. Today I was getting deadheaded back to Charlotte so that I could do a Boston turn. The flight number from Providence to Charlotte got changed, so in the system I got kicked out of it, so I had to call scheduling and have them put me back in the system so that I could be on the flight. We get to Charlotte, and the Boston was supposed to leave at 4:10. Well, I got to the gate and saw that it was delayed until 5. I'm like, okay, I should probably figure out exactly how long this flight can get delayed, because I'm off tomorrow, and this is my 6th day, and legally, we're not allowed to fly more than 6 days in a row without a 24-hour break. So I had to be back in base by 11:59 tonight. I guess it was bad weather in New England, and then we also had one of our cargo bins. The door wasn't closing all the way, and that's like a no-go. Like, obviously you can't fly a plane if a door's not closing all the way. The new departure was going to be about 7:15, which in that case I wouldn't have been able to go, because by the time we got up there and by the time we got back, it would have put me in past midnight. I just kind of sat and waited to see what was going to happen, and they ended up canceling the flight. Obviously, if the flight to Boston got canceled, then flight from Boston is probably canceled too, or at least I'm not working it. Before I left the airport, I just called scheduling to make sure that I was good to go. Sometimes they are tricky, and if you're still available and there's something that needs to be filled, then they'll just be like, oh, well, you can just go do this. But since I really wasn't available for much else, I have been released, which thank God, because this little girl is exhausted. Honestly, I'm kind of interested to see what my vlogs even were this week, because I don't remember. So editing this one's gonna be fun. That's gonna have to wait for another day, because I am exhausted and I'm just gonna go in and sleep, even though it's only 7 o'clock. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. I called for what's called OPR. It just is on-premise reserve. It's just if they need anybody last minute, and they're usually 4-hour shifts, and they're usually assigned the day before with future processing.